this is a good rest spot. And you like, no, it's not. I want to keep going. That might be
My thoughts are that it's going to be an awesome opportunity to develop my skills as a indoor climber, to see and feel, well, I suppose in some respects, feel the wall here. It is a very different wall to Brisbane Urban Climb. The elevation is quite extraordinary, and to know that quite literally I'm sort of standing a third of the way up and I'll be climbing above my head. I've heard of Batman, but I've never heard of a blind Spider-Man. So this could be quite a unique experience.
I know I've got a pretty good idea anyway of Gerrard's capacity and what moves he's cool on and what moves will challenge him. And I'm looking at the route, sort of working from the bottom, sort of just, I guess, scanning it to see what my body would do and in turn what Gerrard's body would do. So there's a couple of points where I get to on each route, his climbing two routes, where I can see the movement is going to be technical. It's not necessarily hard to get the movement, but to explain the movement, and also with the angle of the wall, we're not going to have much time to faff around on the wall in that section. So if we can get the feet quick and we can get the movement right, we'll get through it. But there's some good chances on some sections that it's going to be hit and miss.
The competition is me versus the wall. I can't control what other competitors do. All I can control is what I do. And the wall is my competitor. It's the same in some respects around the mountain climbing. You know, it's not against you, you're against your fellow climbers. It's you against the mountain, or you and swimming the Ocean Channel. I wasn't competing against someone while swimming the English Channel. I was competing against the channel, the tides, the weather. And here today, it's against not only the height, but also the actual incline of the actual wall.
Very much us versus the wall. Like, we're not thinking about where other climbers are going to get to. It's more just how high can we get on this route, and us versus this route. Yeah, it was a little bit more intense than I thought it was going to be, just for the pace. Like, because we've got that overhang, the time that we've got is limited. So yeah, it felt a little bit more stressful than the routes that we've been doing and training on.
And you miss, like, being totally blind, if you miss that slightest of angles on your, and that's what I did, where it's like almost like a hook, and just that slide to the left of it, just right off. And
yeah, if you miss it, you can hang on and maybe try again, but how many times can you try, really? 3 things that went really well was getting that first foot on the end of that pyramid, so you could have a rest.
Yeah.
And when you're having a rest, your hands were like at your chest, and I was trying to get your hands above your head, which allows you to sort of hang on them a little bit more, and you can rest even more. That was really good. And then getting those little feet, I think, was good. But yeah, you're right. Like, you had the strength and power to keep going. We just needed to get you hitting the right hold.
I'm looking forward to this one because it's a lot less, I suppose, technical from a incline perspective than yesterday, and also learning from yesterday, obviously, where I will take the chance to shake out the arms and breathe chalk. I've learned a lot from that yesterday, and also the strategy on how I'll take on the climb. So it's, like every day is a new opportunity, and today's final, obviously, it's a very different environment. It's very quiet, and so everyone sort of focus on the climber and heading into a final. It's, for me, I don't have the, I suppose, the nerves as perhaps some of these guys because of my experience as an athlete. But sure, a new sport, different environments, so it's all new to me in some respects.
Ice stewards will come to you one by one to let you know you're up next, so to get ready and climb. You have 6 minutes to climb your climb, 40 seconds to get ready to on the wall. Is there any other questions?
You often said that I'm very good at driving people up the wall, but perhaps Dylan is better than I, because obviously winning national champs as a totally blind competitor is, for me, something that I would never have thought about a couple of years ago, and the opportunities now are high, just like the wall, and for me, the learnings that have come out of today are pretty immense. It's very different because it's walking up to a start line in an athletics venue where we race in the 5, the 10, the marathon. It's on. Like, you know, for example, a 1500 metre race on a track is a very balanced event where you go too hard, you smoke before you even get to the halfway. You go too slow, there's a potential of actually not even placing because you're too far behind. Whereas in climbing, it's that chess game with you and the wall, and how are you going to make that best next move. You know, is it the rook? Is it the knights? Is it the bishop? And it's the same. Is it a vertical? Is it a jug? Is it a handlebar on the actual wall that you move to?
We really performed, and though we've got a lot of room to move, quite happy walking away from this event.
Here it's a controlled environment, you're attached to a rope. You know there's only one way to go, and that's up.